Muchas gracias nuevamente. Queríamos pedirles 5 minutitos más, porque hoy es el cumpleaños de Mahatma Gandhi. Y Vimal Wakhlu quiere dar unas palabras sobre esto, ya que Mohammed tenía muchas reflexiones sobre las ciudades. Entonces, antes de ir al almuerzo, para que podamos discutir sobre esto, Vimal va a dar unas palabras. Muchas gracias.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I know I'm standing between you and lunch, so I'll try to be as fast as possible. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity of sharing my thoughts with you. On today's day is the 2nd October, and it's the 150th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of modern India, as we call him. How many people have heard about him? Can you raise your hands? Yeah, good number. So, the reason I'm talking about him today is that he was born in 19th century. And in 21st century, he's still relevant. And the reason for that is his belief in sustainability. He had predicted almost 100 years back, that the way we are proceeding towards fast urbanization in a thoughtless manner, we'll not be able to sustain for long. We'll have to look for solutions. And that is why we are talking about smart, sustainable cities right now. So he, of course, I don't find Christina here. Yesterday she was talking about the gender equality. He was one of the first persons who talked about it and involved many ladies into the freedom struggle of India. That was his first starting point. And he used to believe in the fact that we should not waste resources. There is a small story about it, that once one of his disciples noticed that he's writing his notes with a very small pencil, which over the days had become very small to be handled. So she kept it away. And when Mahatma Gandhi asked for the pencil, she gave him a big pencil. He said, "No, I want that, my pencil." She said, "I don't know, we are not able to find it." But finally he said, "No, we have to find it." So finally, at the end of the day, when everybody was exhausted, he explained that for us, just throwing small pieces of resources, because they don't have much value for us, but in the long run, it's a drain on the nature. Whatever things are made of, if we don't value them properly, we are going to face a crisis. And that's what is happening with the modern lives. And years back, in a country like India, where at present we have a population of 1.3 billion people, and 1 billion people live in villages. He said that you cannot, if you make cities, only cities as the center of attraction, and villages are left out, they'll all come to the cities, overcrowd them, and the cities won't remain sustainable. So he said, let us create an ecosystem wherein the villagers feel comfortable in their place, so that they have all the amenities, which, includes water and other things. Normally villages are like that. So in his times, he thought on those lines. Of course, there were no IT technologies in those days, so he did not talk about smart villages as such. But then a few years later, people might have heard the name of our former president, Dr. APG Abdul Kalam. He was a pioneer who started with the Pan-African E-Network project. Maybe some of you might have heard about it, linking India and African continent, 54 nations, for education and health services. And it was a very successful project. And he came up with the concept that we should have smart villages. Smart villages means he coined a term called Pura, P-U-R-A, providing urban amenities in rural areas, leveraging technology. So, now I feel that instead of talking about smart, sustainable cities, we should talk about smart, sustainable habitats, and not necessarily only cities. Because in countries like India, it'll take, I don't know, maybe centuries before we can have continent like Europe. May not be possible in the immediate run. So this also is strengthened by another thought. Well, as a young man, I had the opportunity of visiting the first smart city of India, not in IT terms, but otherwise. That is Chandigarh. And this Chandigarh city was designed by a French architect called Le Corbusier. So he had decided that these will be the limits. The city is not going to expand beyond this area. As a young man, I felt it was ridiculous because I had seen my own cities expand 3 times since I was a kid. So I was wondering why he has done that. And the reason was, again, sustainability, that all type of things like vegetables and other consumables, they're available locally around that place. They don't have to be transported from thousands of kilometers or hundreds of kilometers away, because that does not remain sustainable because in terms of creation of pollution and other things. So this is how even Le Corbusier, who I feel that he had got some inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi, tried to design this modern city of India, the first in 60s, on the same lines. So there are many things about Mahatma Gandhi, but the time is short. I'll just sum up that his statement, final statement, is that there is enough on this Mother Earth to meet everybody's needs, but not enough even to meet a single person's greed. So if we follow that, I think the whole world will become sustainable. Thank you very much.